Hello there everyone, and welcome to another crappy review, where the games aren't always crappy, thank God, but the reviews usually are. I'm the Crap Gamer with you as always. It's been a hectic week for me. There are so many quality games coming out in the next week or so. I managed to breeze through Sorcery and Dragon's Dogma, and to my surprise, I was given a copy of Ghost Recon Future Soldier to review. Alas, I won't be able to keep this copy after the review is done. Someone just loaned it to me strictly for review purposes. So you guys are all lucky, and I feel lucky because I got to play through it a little bit early, and I get to let you guys know how it is. Now, the Ghost Recon series is one that I've had a love-hate relationship with for the most part. I enjoyed the Advanced Warfighter series online aspects, but found the campaigns to be a bit dry for my taste. Trust me that when I say Ghost Recon Future Soldier is once again heavily reliant on the online aspects. Not to say that the campaign was bad or anything, but it just seems like the campaign was a bit generic for my taste, personally. The story takes place in the, surprise, surprise, future. Turns out a bomb takes out one of the ghost teams, and you and your ghost team are asked to track down the source of the bomb. Then you have to deal with the culprits by any means necessary. The story isn't the most original, and I actually found some parts of the campaign to drag on a bit. One thing I've come to realize is that I'd rather play through a shortened campaign than one that has repetitive missions that are tacked on strictly to lengthen the size of the game. I just don't find the characters in Ghost Recon Future Soldier to be that interesting. I kinda really didn't care that much about the story. I know I'm usually upbeat with these games, but I just think this campaign was lacking in a big way. The graphics were pretty tight in the campaign, certainly not the best I've ever seen, but they were still pretty good. I can definitely see improvement over the previous Ghost Recon games. The movements are more fluid and I can actually control it really well. It seems like developers are trying to sneak more third-person shooters in nowadays because first-person shooters are so oversaturating the market right now. Some people are actually looking for a little something different, and this could be that something different if you're interested. Although the story isn't anything spectacular or new, it does have a fair amount of fun elements. Sneaking around Solid Snake style while in camo was actually done quite well, and I enjoyed the stealth parts of the game very much. There are tons of gunfights and explosions, which are always pretty cool. Don't misunderstand me critiquing the story as being a bad game or anything. It is fun. Just I get a little deja vu when I was playing through some parts of the campaign. Now, moving on to the Gunsmith Mode, it was actually a lot of fun. For those that don't know about the Gunsmith Mode, it's basically where you can assemble all kinds of different weapons and different upgrades, and you can take them out for a test drive as well, like on a firing range and things like that. Now, this is a feature that you can use your controller for, but I found it to be absolutely addicting with the Kinect. I was getting my Minority Report on for hours while spinning through different setups. It's a nice addition to the game, and for those interested, you can use the PlayStation Move controller for this mode as well. Now, I like going through it with the Kinect because I have a big screen TV, and it just felt like futuristic, you know. I mean, it's Ghost Recon, Future Soldier, and here I am just kind of, you know, flipping through different things and adding on and trying it out. It was really cool, and if you have a Kinect, this is something that you're going to want to try with. Now, you unlock more weapons by leveling up your character. The level progression is fast at first, but slows down dramatically after a while. One of the things that I missed with Ghost Recon games was the ability to control your squad, which has now been replaced completely. I think this was an attempt to dumb down the game a bit in order to draw in more people, mostly because the original Ghost Recon games were a bit tougher to master in terms of controls and how easily you could do certain things. The learning curve isn't nearly as bad in this game, which is a good thing if you're new to the series, but some purists might not like the new direction. You can still paint targets with different priorities throughout the game, but it just doesn't have that same level of involvement as in the past. The online was pretty addicting. I really enjoyed pretty much every aspect of it. If I had a complaint, it would be that I don't like how people were able to see me, even through buildings when they had Recon up, and that a lot of people feel the need to camp and not go after the objective properly. And I'm starting to think that people care about kill-death ratio than completing any objective in any objective game mode. Like Saboteur, which is a fun mode, but when everybody's just busy camping and worried about their kill-death, it takes away a little bit of the fun. I think it's easy to compare the third-person action of this game to Gears of War. They both use a similar cover system, kind of a pop-and-lock system, and Ghost Recon seems to have clearly been inspired by the Gears cover system. Let's face it, Gears is one of the few games that gets the cover system and a third-person shooter right, so Ghost Recon can be forgiven for imitating one of the best third-person shooters to date. Overall, Ghost Recon Future Soldier is a bit of a mixed bag. I really enjoyed the online and the Gunsmith modes, but the campaign wasn't without its thrills. If you have the game pre-ordered, you're in luck because this is a solid entry into the Ghost Recon series. Ghost Recon Future Soldier gets a solid 4 out of 5. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Also, I started listing my mailing address simply because a couple people asked for it so they could send me games to review. So it's up if anyone's interested. Crap Gamer, out.